UFC Fight Night, Fluffy, Strickland, Andy and Jim. Andy and Jim are not fighting on this card, but we are going to be breaking down every single fight. And we had to stop talking and just hit record because we were talking about Carly Judice and Juliana Miller. So there is no introduction. We're just going right into it. First fight of the night is Carly Judice against Juliana Miller. It's really weird here, Jim. We know a lot about these fighters. Like, it's two of the weirdest things. Is like, why do you guys know so much about the Carly Judice story and the Juliana Miller story? But we do, and we know we have a good read on this one. Sadly, the line has gotten way out of control, and I don't know what the take is now on this fight, other than a Carly Judice ass whooping on Juliana Miller. So minus 800, and I checked. KO or decision is minus 700. So the books have sniffed that one out. But let's just talk this fight out. What's your take on this one?
Striker versus grappler. Also, case of new toy versus old toy. Okay, I don't even know if Juliana Miller was ever really like a toy of the UFC, where they're like, we got something here. She just happened to be on The Ultimate Fighter. She's a mediocre 500 fighter. Lots of interest outside the cage. So we're all on board to fade Juliana Miller. She loses to Veronica Hardy. She gets smoked by Luana Santos, which is a bad look. And then this Petrovic fight, if you go back and you watch this fight, 2 or 3 exchanges and she loses that fight. So it's a unanimous decision, but if you actually go back and do your tape study, you're screaming at Ivan, like, just stop doing what you're doing. Like you're giving Juliana the fight that she wants, and it played out perfectly. Hindsight being 2020, look what we have here from Petrovic.
She's terrible.
Yes,
she's
it's not good. So we have a legitimate prospect in Carly Judice that they're throwing Miller to. Now, Miller came out on social media saying how she's extremely insulted that this much of an underdog. Honestly, the line is out of control, but she should be a big underdog in this fight because Carly is a legitimate MMA prospect. This girl cut her teeth in the amateurs. She's only got, 7 pro fights? What are we up to now? This will be her 8th pro fight.
She's 5-2 as a pro. She was a college athlete, I believe, softball. And when we did tape study on her going into Contender Series, we noted she fought some pretty good fighters on the amateur, and went the distance, looked pretty good. And then this loss on Contender Series goes down as a loss. I think to this day we still say that's the best women's Contender Series fight we've ever seen. Was it like 400 plus?
I don't think it can be touched, to be honest with you. It
was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible fight. So there was no shame in that. And then Gabriel Fernandez split decision, but then, she does what she's supposed to do. Nukes Dubin and takes out Cagliari. So what were you saying about Juliana Miller's interview? Because, Jim, I got to say, I'm a sucker for that kind of trashy accent upset female. She kind of got me.
You flipping to the Miller side on me here? That's all it took?
I'm not.
I didn't think so.
I'm just saying that I watched it more than once.
Yeah. Well, Juliana's peeved about being an underdog, and we have a striker versus grappler situation here. And what we know about Juliana Miller is that she has an opportunity to win fights if people are going to engage in the grappling with her. I don't think she's getting that fight. Like, Carly's main focus has been training the wrestling and the grappling. She not only has been training in New Orleans with her coach at her normal gym, which is a good gym, but she's also been traveling, trying to get work with other girls that are primary jiu-jitsu players and wrestlers. And this is a woman that takes her career very seriously. Very young in the game. Expect improvements. I don't know what we're going to get improved on Juliana Miller. I'm going to say nothing. Like, maybe she can improve her cardio if she really dedicates to her training, but I think the skill set is the skill set. Carly Judice is going to keep putting tools in her toolbox, just building up and putting tools. And the big advantage I think she has not only is the striking, but the cardio. and she ratchets it up as the fight goes on. I'm predicting a round 2, round 3 finish for Carly in this spot. It's very shady taking a women's fight to finish, especially the way the women's fights have gone in 2026 at this point. But at some point, law of averages tells you we're going to start seeing some finishes from these matchups. So what better one to be on a girl with two finish wins in a row against a girl who's going to get finished multiple times if fights stay on the feet. So give me Carly by round 2, round 3. I think you probably sprinkle both those rounds. It's a KO. I doubt it's a sub.
Probably
Miller
not
just
sub.
leaves way too many openings on the feet. And the speed advantage, the combos. There's something that Carly said in her interview with James Lynch that I got a hold of, was that they work for specific finishes. And she said, I wanted the round 1 in the last fight. I called it, but it wasn't there. The opportunity wasn't there. So what did she do? She stayed patient, and she found the finish when it presented herself with what they've been working on. So this is a high IQ girl. Love Carly and where she can go from here.
I have to make money on her. I'll figure it out, but I just have to make money on Carly Judice. So we'll figure something out. But should be in your parlays. I don't, Carly by finish. I don't know. I'm just going to be upset if I get goose egged on that one. So Yadier Duval against Jordan Leavitt. Here's another guy that we've been all over. Duval. Everyone's going to focus on the last fight against Bulgarian because Bulgarian threw it, and we haven't heard a word from him or what he's doing. You and I loved Duval going into that fight before the big line move, based on what we saw on Contender Series and what he did against Connor Matthews. I'm interested in your take. I just think he's too powerful for Leavitt. I don't buy Leavitt over 3 rounds. I don't buy Leavitt kind of getting these, I don't want to say random finishes, because he's amazing on the ground if it presents itself, but Kurt Hallball, all right, whatever. Victor Martinez, that was a good finish on the fight, but split against Ogden, inverted triangle, the slam against Matt Wyman will forever be goated. That was one of the most amazing things. By the way, Wyman's never fought since then, so that was
He was dust when that happened. Great
Yeah.
finish, but Matt Wyman. Do you remember when they announced that fight?
Yes, I do.
They were
I
like,
do.
Matt Wyman is still competing in MMA? Come on.
Yeah,
Really?
We did well on the. We
did well.
We did well on that fight. And so, he's a big favorite. I don't think he's big enough of a favorite. I think Valle dogbox him. I don't think Leavitt pulls off a random submission, because I think Tavalli's too good on the ground here. So I got Duval by finish. What do you think?
Big IQ test for a 10-0 fighter who has not tasted defeat as a pro. Big IQ test. And if he passes this test, the sky is the limit for this guy. Leavitt is going to make it an awkward fight in round 1. So what we're going to want to see...
That's just with his twerking.
Don't even talk about the strikes. Just the guy's posture,
Hair.
his build, his stance, his hair, his face. He's just awkward. If there's a picture of awkward in the dictionary, it's Jordan Leavitt. And I'm actually a fan of Jordan Leavitt. I enjoy his fights. I like him. Yeah, I do. It's got nothing to do with anything else. It's just I love watching his fights. They're entertaining. So it's going to take 5 minutes, between 2.5 and 5 minutes for Valle to get used to Leavitt. So he's got to pass this test first. Step 1, don't you dare pull guillotine. Don't you freaking dare.
Don't you
please.
Loco. Don't
Don't
four
loco this thing. There's one first day of fight camp. Look, you're fighting Jordan Leavitt. The floor is lava. No guillotine. If you want to go to the ground in round 2, you have to be on top. There is no being on the bottom against this guy. Bad idea. So we'll see if he can pass that test. Second test is the cardio. If the finish does not materialize, you need to gear back and realize that this guy might be here to the 3rd round. So a little worried about the cardio. That being said, I agree with you. I think he's going to be too strong. At some point, I believe he catches Leavitt late round 1, round 2. Just the power is there on the feet. Leavitt doesn't inspire anything defensively to tell me that he can avoid the big shot. He doesn't have the greatest defense. I think he's going to make it an awkward move around the cage striking battle. So Davale's got to be patient. Just like we said with Carly, pace yourself, young man. It'll come. It'll come. Don't rush, right? It's like that Billy Joel song, Vienna, right? Slow down. Just relax, buddy. It'll come. So Davale, little sprinkle on Davale by finish.
Yeah, I'm with you. And Jordan Leavitt fights normally don't go the distance. That's one thing about him. He's we just watched Jailton Almeida and Javid Bashrat not get invited back to UFC, but say what you want about Jordan Leavitt. His fights kind of end early. So he's a watchable fighter. And we move on to another watchable fighter, in my opinion, John Paul Lebosnoyani.
Nice job.
Okay. I love everybody in the space. I sent Jim a text that said, here, I'm just going to read the text. The hardest fight all week was everyone trying to pronounce Lebosnoyani's name. There's no K in the name, which kind of seemed to trip everybody up here. So he fights Phil Rowe, and you go, okay, all right, untested, JPL. Is he untested? I don't know. 9-2 seems pretty tested to me. Looked fantastic on Contender Series. I really like what happened after this loss to Jacoby Jones. I thought that was kind of a real turning point for him. He got violent. Going to decision was a really good look for him. And then he goes around and gets, triangle choke, knocks out Congdon early, and was supposed to fight Austin Vanderford. And my God, was I excited for that one. Mm-hmm. I think I'm equally excited for him to fight Phil Rowe. We're always worried about the Contender Series prospect coming in and fighting a UFC veteran. Do we need to be worried about this? Or is Phil Rowe just going to casually point out Phil Rowe's wins are against Ange Lusa, not in the UFC, and Lusa was kicking his ass in 2 rounds. Nico Price and Jason Witt and Orion Koski. I think JPL is way better than all these guys. What is Phil Rowe left? Like, what does he have left in the tank here? Am I crazy thinking JPL is a really good bet here? What do you think?
First off, love the 9-2 record. Tasted defeat, made adjustments, moved on. Takes that worry away, unlike Valle. Phil Rowe, my God, man. I say it all the time. Dear, in my next life, please bless me with the physical build of a professional athlete. Like, please put my mind in that body. I'm begging you.
Look on his
get me
face
over 6 foot, please.
Look at the look on his face in his profile picture. That just, to me, this says it all about Phil Rowe. Like,
Yeah, and it's frustrating because I remember when this guy came on the scene, and I'm like, this guy's got all the tools, but just never can put it together. Never could put it together. There's always a hiccup. There's always a bump in the road. That just, why are we losing these fights, man? Why are we losing them? The big problem is I firmly believe his last fight, him and his corner knew they were going to lose and just took a paycheck. I've never seen two people more uninterested in a fight than Phil Rowe and his corner against Co. His last fight. If they don't care to win, then you're not getting my money. Sorry. John Paul. JPL. He's better at this than me, guys. Sorry. You know how good I am with names. I like the 9-2. He's a great striker. He has the grappling. And where we've seen Phil really screw up in the past is losing the grappling exchanges. Ends up on his back. Doesn't have a big get-up game. Where John Paul's got to be careful with the tall guy is that he doesn't try too hard on a single and blow a lot of energy, not getting that takedown. Just separate and be at range. Phil Rowe's never done anything with his reach. So what do you have to be worried about? He's not. You can have a reach, but if you don't know how to use it, it means nothing. It's actually a disadvantage. So if he can get the wrestling going, great. If he can't, get inside that reach, because you know Phil Rowe ain't going to pump a jab. He's not throwing 50, 60 jabs at John Paul. It's not happening. So get inside, get in there, Wouldn't be shocked to see a finish in this one either. So far, violence is looking pretty good to me on this one. We have not had the major violent card yet, but Phil Rowe makes so many mistakes, and we've seen John Paul be very opportunistic with his finishes.
Yeah, agreed. Boy, those first 3 fights,
Some
parlay,
violence in there,
not
man.
to go. You can even take this next one, parlay those
Yeah.
together. That's interesting. So, if you guys please hit the like button, helps the algorithm out, and we're going to do a contest again, free 3-day pass. All you have to do is tell us how many significant strikes will be in the fight that I will tell you about a little bit later because I've got a good one picked out for you. A little tease. I have this one to not go the distance. Brahimaj and Soriano. What's your take on this one? I think you and I might be a little bit head to head on this one.
Okay. Let's start with Puna. Okay. Guy has a middle of the road career, decides to move down in weight, has his debut at the weight class, and everybody's blown away. Just blown away. Oh my God, he should have been here the whole time. The cardio's just through the roof. Oh, the wrestling. Oh, going, right? Yep, everybody. And then what? He looks like death. He looks like, I know they're wins, but he's getting by the skin of his teeth. The skin of his teeth, okay? He beats Baeza. Where the hell is Baeza now? I believe we do this every time.
Wait,
I think it's 6 in a row.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Oh wait, he got a win in grappling. Okay,
he hasn't.
He got a grappling win. Okay, yeah, he's not a good fighter. Uros Medic, the epitome of an under. We'll get to him. So it's either kill or be killed. And then Veretennikov, who we just saw, destroy the ghost of Nico Price. Big regrets
Made money
there.
on him.
Big regrets not dropping the hammer on that one more. But Veretennikov's not a great fighter, man. And honestly, he didn't look great. Veretennikov made some big mistakes in there and wasn't able to take advantage of the cardio issues that Puna had. So I don't believe we're just fixed at this weight class. Now we shift over to Ramiz. This is a guy that was number 1 on my fade train. And respect, dude. Respect. You, albeit not against great competition, you righted your ship. And there's been an aggression that's come back to him. Like, he almost had to realize how good he really is when it comes to the grappling and comes to the violence. So this win against Austin Vanderford is a good win. Not that Austin is a title challenger, but it's a legitimate good win. Going back to the fact that Phil Rowe was supposed to fight Vanderford, I think Vanderford kicks the shit out of Phil Rowe, to be honest with you. I think he smokes him. I do. He takes him down and he just runs through him in the grappling. Billy Ray Goff, again, tough guy. What do we always say about tough guys? That's the worst thing you can say right when you start. I get it. Mickey puts up a fight, gets smoked. I just think that there's more options for Ramiz in this fight. I like what he's been doing from a confidence perspective. And sometimes these guys just got to see one go in. We talk about it all the time. See one go in and you can get yourself on a roll. I'm not buying into the Puna at the lower weight class thing. I think he's on borrowed time. And if Ramiz gets Puna's back, this fight is over. He is going to choke him unconscious. So I'm on Ramiz. I agree with you though. Somebody's getting smoked in this fight.
Yeah, this ain't going the distance.
Yeah.
The fact that you're like, great level of competition for Ramiz. Mickey Gall.
It's an okay level.
Austin Vanderford. And then you're like, who is Soriano beat? Then Veretennikov, Medic, who's in the co-main.
Not buying it, man. Not buying it. I'm not buying this Puna. I'm not. Skin of his teeth.
All right. Well, so for fun, Jim and I will be going head to head.
Okay.
Straight face with our money under.
Yeah, we're betting the under.
We're betting the under on this, that this fight doesn't go the distance. So that's how we play that one. Rematch. Jocelyn Edwards, Nora Cornolle. I'm not saying that this was a ripoff in the first fight for Nora Cornolle, but it was in France. The judges gave it to Cornolle, and the French crowd booed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really strange, like rematch. I'd completely forgotten about this fight, but To me, this is the ultimate setup on Jocelyn Edwards. This is one of my favorite plays on the cards. I think Cornelle's terrible, and I think Jocelyn Edwards runs through her. What do you think?
So, in spirit of I was waiting to get to this. So I'm watching figure skating at the Olympics the other day, right?
Okay.
And you know how they take the 5 scores and they throw out the high and they throw out the low.
Yeah, they had to do that because the Russian judges back in the 80s and 90s when it was like, well, the Americans got perfect scores. The Russian, 2.
Yeah.
2. That's interesting.
France has taken over that moniker. I don't think there's a French score that gets accepted in any figure skating thing whatsoever. They are the shadiest judges that are out there, is this French commission and French athletic whatever Olympic committee.
I have to throw the Norwegian. I don't know if you've seen the controversy with the Norwegian ski judges.
I haven't seen that one yet. Only Canada was the other one I saw.
A U.S. Skier did a jump that nobody's ever landed in competition, and everyone gave her the gold except Norwegian judge, who gave her the silver, and then Norwegian happens to win the gold. What do you know?
Little spite there. That's okay.
Keep going.
Little revenge. It was. You don't have to like tiptoe around it. Jocelyn Edwards won this fight, and I could never be more pissed about losing a bet because I bet Jocelyn live because we were getting great numbers on her in rounds 1 and 2, and I was stunned to hear the card read off for Nora. Here's the thing also is that Nora's no spring chicken. She's what now, 36? Can we go to her? Is she 36, 37?
Yeah, and but she's discovered.
No, Nora.
Nora. Oh,
yeah. Jocelyn's 30. Yeah, she's got years 30 left.
And has found this finishing power. So, yeah, 36 for Nora.
36, there you go.
Yeah.
It just, these women hit a wall, man. It's really, really hard to compete. Look what we saw with Priscilla Cachoeira the other week. Just getting pieced up. Looking her age, looking slow. I think we're going to see the same thing in this fight. A motivated, angry Jocelyn Edwards. And you could ask Eileen Perez what that feels like because she pissed off Jocelyn one time and ended up with a hell of a shiner from it.
Truth.
Yeah. You don't want an angry Jocelyn Edwards in there when you're compromised. I think Jocelyn can really excel with the wrestling, and I don't think people realize how strong she really is. She is a thick girl, and when it comes to the wrestling, she gets down on there, and you are not getting up if she wants to hold you there. She's really, really heavy hips. I think she can make strides in the wrestling. And like you said, this newfound power, sitting down on her punches, I think she's going to hurt Nora. I think she's going to hurt her. We're on home soil, I'll call it. So we'll see how this plans out for her this time. But I agree with you. She's up there as one of my favorite money line parlay pieces. It's a question of with the props what you want to do with this fight. So what do you think? Did she have a good shot where it's bettable to play her by finish, or are we just going Edwards by decision?
Let me look here. I will.
I'm very torn.
All right, Jocelyn Edwards by KO or decision is minus 280. Has my attention.
Damn good.
Has my attention. So, all right, we move on to Alton Coria and Louis Gurule. I've heard Gurule, so don't at me for how his name is supposed to be pronounced. Going to you first. What do you think?
Louis shouldn't be here. We said
wow.
We said it.
What?
I said it. I'll be the one that falls on the sword. I said it. I don't think he's a UFC fighter. I just don't. What has he shown? To be a UFC, we can keep this guy around and sell tickets. What does he do great? Somebody tell me. Something that this guy does great. To me, he's just middle of the road everywhere. His big disadvantage is his size. He's too small. Too small for this weight class. So he's at a disadvantage right out the gate, just on his overall physical build. I've never really bought into this guy. Again, Andy, we're winning a split on Contender. We're winning a split, and we got a job. We got a job. I'd rather get Nick Piccinini in here.
I yeah.
give me Nick back in here.
I don't believe Nick's been that great, but it's split over on Fury. So
Okay. He's the
it's
split
not
man, I guess.
it's not a great look for Gurule that he
Yeah.
struggled against him. I get it. I get it.
I mean, you dropped the ball against Ode Osbourne. And it's not that he lost to Jesus Aguilar, because we like Jesus Aguilar. Because he's what?
Got that dog.
Got that
him.
dog, right? He's going to fight for your money, like everyone says. But he lost the striking battle as well. And that's the worry. We love Aguilar, but striking isn't the first thing that we go to say, yeah, let's talk about cardio, submission, the dog, not the premier striker. And he just lost it. He was a step behind, and he got outworked. So Aiden, on the other hand, just seems like he has the build. There's something about this kid where I look at him and say, he's got potential, man. He's got potential. I think he got the drop on Costa in his debut fight. If I remember correctly, that was extremely last second. Wasn't that like short notice?
What, Costa?
Against Costa?
No, so this is one of the things that drives me
nuts. Was this a
nuts.
Noche issue?
No. So this is, I'm telling you, this I can tell people just look at Tapology. Because you look at it, he knocked out Alessandro Costa. Yeah. Great. Okay, at the end of round 2, so Coria looked good in round 1. On the feet looked good. Costa takes him down, kind of holds him down for round 2. Costa breaks a toe or a foot. On like, can't hardly stand.
Yeah.
And starts round 3, doesn't bitch out, but cannot move. And just kind of goes down and like covers up, and it goes down as a uppercut and follow-up punches. This was not like two healthy fighters where he got the drop on him and killed him.
No, Costa it wasn't a flash knockout, like dynamic performance.
Costa was hurt. I lost money on that. I like Costa, and when Costa fights again, I will be betting on him again because he's a damn good fighter. But
the fact
Costa is, it was like 1-1 going into the third, and Costa couldn't hardly stand. So if you were just looking at that going, oh, wow, knockout over Costa, you didn't watch the fight, you don't remember it, and you're doing a disservice to people if you don't bring that shit up. You just are. Not taking away from Coria because he looked great in round 1, but
yes,
I thought Costa was going to pull away in rounds 2 and 3. So Coria is good, like him, and Gurule kind of sucks. Yeah, he does. Sucks.
I love it. You're over there making faces when I say he shouldn't be here.
He should be here. Just
come on.
You're right. Losing the striking battle against Jesus Aguilar is pretty bad. So I will say this. I hate the price.
Agreed.
Minus 300 on Coria is like Duval is minus 400 against Jordan Leavitt. I love that way more than minus 300 on Coria, who I still think we need to see a little bit more from, because Gurule, he's not that great, but he's at least game. You know, I mean, he's going to be there. You know, you're right. He doesn't do anything amazing. Does he suck? Like, is it like, it's got the worst takedown defense ever? No. Does he have the worst striking defense? No. It's just not a complete fighter. And then there's been allegations of, wow, he looked really good in organizations that didn't test for steroids. Just leave it at that.
It's a good angle. It's a good angle.
Leave it at that one. So. All right. Odie Osbourne, our boy, against Idiris. This effing guy, Idiris, cost us a lot of money, and it cost a lot of people a lot of money, to the point where I have some questions about the legitimacy of his performance against Joseph Morales. I cannot bet on this fight because I don't know what we're going to get from Idiris. I just know we have a fighter in Odie Osbourne who is top 3 in terms of bad fight IQ, making dumb decisions. And then you've got Idiris, who looked amazing on The Ultimate Fighter and then looked like a deer in headlights, and it made no sense. And I'm not accusing anybody of everything. I'm just saying That wasn't
It's
the
fishy.
fighter that we watched in the Ultimate Fighter. I have no opinion on this one. It's Odie Osbourne or nothing for me. And then you have to say, well, I'm betting my hard-earned money on Odie Osbourne, which is kind of a UFC betting rule 101 is you never trust your money on Odie Osbourne. So I ain't betting a penny on this one. What do you think?
After everything we just talked about on this card, there's absolutely zero reason to bet this fight. We just went over, 5 fights that we could get a play in every fight with something that we really
Under.
like, right? This one, I don't even know if you can go under in this one. Because what's Odie going to do? Smoke him in round 1, and then he's going to find a way to have his cardio fall off a cliff, and you're going to be worried about a split decision at the end of this fight. This smells, actually, if you're a split decision better, I think this is prime for it. This is prime.
This the split
decision. Yeah.
We might need to add that to the show. What's the split decision fight of the night? This is a great one.
This is the one.
This is a great one.
I mean, it's Ode round 1, and then you have, Idiris round 2, and you have no clue who won round 3. It's just, somebody gets a takedown with 10 seconds left, and the judges go, oh, got a takedown with 10 seconds left. And you hear the read off. Can't trust Idiris, can't trust Odie, can't trust him with my money. It's just not happening. Sorry.
If they pay in to the audience, and there's like 6 guys in suits and sunglasses that are staring at Idiris, it's an auto bet on Odie because something's up. I will never. I've lost money on fights that were openly fixed. I've lost money on guys that openly tested positive for steroids. I lost money on Idiris, who was a minus 500 that fought like he was a plus 5,000 in that last one. So I'm not ruling anything out of the sport, and I will not be had again by Idiris. Not getting me.
Where do you put the worst? Do you put Phil Rowe or Ode Osbourne higher on the bad fight IQ?
Odie. Odie.
Odie over Phil Rowe?
Odie, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, over on Odie. I'm struggling to figure out who I would put above Odie.
That's a really good question.
Post in the comments. All right, there's your assignment, chat. Who do you put worse than Odie Osbourne as far as making the dumbest decisions in a fight that legit cost them? They turn wins into losses because of their fight IQ. I have Odie top 3. But I know I'm missing a couple, so put them in there, and they got to be current fighters on the UFC roster. And can't be Jailton Almeida because he's gone.
No, he's gone. Yeah,
he's gone. So I know they're out there, and I know our chat is very, very knowledgeable. So
yeah, they're sharp.
Yeah, do that.
We'll have to do a top 10 by the time they're done with it. They're gonna have 20 of them up here.
Yes. All right, Chitty. Njokuani against Carlos Leal. Here's another one I will not have a penny of my money on. I don't even have a great breakdown on this one. Do you?
I have a feeling that we might not end up on the same side in this fight, but I think we're going to touch on a lot of the same points. We haven't talked about this fight yet.
Totally not on steroids, Carlos Leal, by the way. Totally not on that is a natural body, Jim. I don't know about you, but the other day when I got
he looks like a shaved
workout,
silverback gorilla. He looks like a shaved gorilla. He does. I've only seen a back like that on a gorilla on Discovery Channel. Sorry.
Look at that. Come on.
It's bad.
Count the veins.
All right, his eyes are crossed, his forehead shadowing his whole face. I mean, everything on it. So I think we figured out Chitty.
Have we?
I think we did. I think we touched on something with Chitty here. So if we go down to Chitty's record, and this popped into my head last week, we're doing a study on Mikey O. In that Mikey O fight, Chitty came out and beat the brakes off of him for the first half of the round. And then the cardio went away. Cardio went away against Duraev. Cardio went away against Rodriguez. And what did Chitty figure out? I can't just nuke everybody. I have to save energy to get myself to decisions. So what does he do right after? He fires off 2 decisions. Wins. Runs into Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos and finds a way to absolutely drop the ball against a damn near 40 middle of the road fighter.
He almost did, yeah.
Almost did. Gets wobbled and finishes the 4-year-old. Makes Jake Matthews look like the second coming of Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now, good for Jake. Bad look. Bad look. The thing is, I don't think that Carlos can have the same game plan that Jake had. Big reach advantage for Chitty. And the big error that we've seen with Leal, and you go back and watch the tape, you can see that it's not just a one-time thing. I've heard people say that, well, he rushed in last time and got caught against Salikov. Yeah, he did. But go back and watch the tape. His footwork has been the same for his entire career. It's not going to get better. And throwing that open stance left hand and getting caught, he's done every fight. So what, now it's going to change? Now it's going to be there? I have this pegged as a live bet. If it's an early KO and you miss out on a bet, so what? Like I said, there's better spots to bet. But if Chitty is winning in round 1 and Leal's pressuring him, Chitty gonna fade. It's gonna happen. And we've seen Leal in the PFL be able to push in a third round and go after a guy. Chitty cannot hold up if he allows Carlos to pressure for 3 rounds. It's going to be Leal. So I'm looking to live bet Carlos if Chitty has a good first 2.5 minutes and doesn't get the knockout. Because if he doesn't get it in the first 4 minutes of the fight, I don't believe it's coming. Once this fight starts round 2, I don't see the knockout power from Chitty from there.
Okay, fair. Those are very natural pecs. You're seeing right there in the picture. Most of my friends, that's what their pecs look like. All right,
that's how I look, Andy. I don't take my shirt off on stream, but just so you know, that's how I look.
I'm building a fight not to go the distance parlay on DraftKings live as we're doing the show. So I have the Miller Judice, Delija Leavitt, Phil Rowe, Brahimaj. I'm not throwing this one in there in that one because we're at plus 322 right now. We got 4 fights. I will 100% be throwing this next fight in there. I think this fight not to go the distance might be my favorite bet on the card. It is Zach Reese and Michelle Pereira. Where do you want to start with this one? I'll let you go first.
Both these guys. Let's start with Pereira. Let's get the elephant in the room out. Go back up.
That he's not 32?
The guy ain't 32.
No, he's not 32. He's not 32 years old.
He's probably 42 at this point.
I would take closer to 42 than 32.
Yeah, I will be the same age as him by the end of the week. 42. You could see him just hit this cliff. I don't believe in the age, and not to make light of somebody's poor personal life, but this guy's going through a divorce. He got outed about having a mistress at an event. Now, by the way, low fight IQ.
Wait a minute, Jim. Are you telling me a UFC fighter has a mistress?
This isn't the bad part. If your IQ, there you go. Thank you. I would never do it because I got enough trouble with one. But
Tara would kill you. That's why. That's why.
Yeah, she'd murder me in a heartbeat. She would look like Carlos Leal coming at me. I'd be done. But I'm not bringing her to my UFC fight, even if I'm telling my wife she's a friend. So we can already cross off the low IQ for Michelle Pereira. And I think that's been said. We're talking about a guy who's doing backflips in the middle of a fight. I mean, come on.
Jim, he was doing a full body workout the day of the fight. And then
that's right. The weightlifting controversy.
Remember that?
I forgot about that one. Yeah. He was, cleaning 400 pounds or some shit the morning of?
Before Dawkins. That was I made a lot of money off Dawkins fights. That one was the best.
That was an easy one. Yeah, the fate. So I think this guy is washed. I've heard nothing about any kind of change in camp or a mentality or a rededication. None of it. I believe this dude's showing up for a paycheck. What they've done, if he is they've given him Zach Reese, who they want to push. One problem with this.
Zach Reese?
They love Zach Reese. UFC loves Zach Reese.
Oh,
guaranteed.
No.
They love him. He's right up their alley. He's right up their alley. This is the fighter that Dana loves. Dana loves. Why else would they give him Jackson McVeigh or Dusko Tudorovic?
He went to decision against Todorovic. They were like violence.
I understand that, but look, they didn't punish him. They gave him Cedric Dumas and Jackson McVeigh. You have to look at this matchmaking, and whether you hate a fighter or not, anybody who has this list of opponents, I mean, they're trying to get this guy to be something.
He's got pictures of Dana or something.
Jose Medina, Julian Marquez, Cody Brundy. I mean, this is a who's who of the dumpster. So I think they've went to the bottom of the dumpster and found a broken toy in Michel Pereira and gave it to him. Now, like you said, went to decision with Dusto Tudorovic. No contest against Dumas. Like, the guy is a little bit of a fumbler when it comes to the ball. Losing to Cody Brundage. Not knowing to let go of an armbar or a triangle. It's stupid. But I think Michel Pereira's dust. This is 100% a fight doesn't go. I have changed my tune. We talked about this earlier. And I am with you, my good sir. This is some kind of an under in this fight. Has to be in there.
Got to do something.
Have to make money on it.
One of these guys is going to gas or make a stupid mistake, and the other will pounce on it.
Or take a paycheck and go home.
Yeah, if you're looking for underdogs, I think Reese as an underdog is kind of crazy. Not that Reese is great, but just fading Pereira. You kind of have to. So, All right, move on to Jacoby Smith. Harrell coming in on short notice. Harrell, if you guys don't remember where we've heard from Harrell UFC, he was going to take this fight. I mean, I will always remember this. Do you remember this fight against Jack Della Maddalena? And did the physical and they found a brain bleed? Would have died?
Yes.
Basically would have died.
Would have been dead. Yes. Would have been the first guy to die from a UFC fight. Yep.
And or if he didn't even take that fight, like just
in training, it could. Yes. If he just went right back to anything.
Yeah. So pretty cool story. Goes on. He's a legit fighter, man. Jacoby Smith. This is another guy that we followed very, very closely from Contender Series. And again, guys, I don't want to claim that we do things the best in the world, but I'm telling you, nobody does Contender Series coverage and live shows like Jim and I do. So we've learned about Jacoby Smith from Contender Series. This guy's really, really good. I like Harrell to pull the upset. Give me the plus 280. Give me the plus 280. I'll tell you why. I want to hear you break down, but I have one gigantic concern from Jacoby Smith, and I think it cost him in this one. And I think it'll be a good thing for him.
Well, here's the thing. We have two stellar fighters. Absolutely stellar
These guys
fighters.
Are great.
These guys are fantastic. Like, the UFC throws these mismatches, and then they always drop one of these on you where you're like, that's the one. That's the one right there where we're just amped up to get this. 11-0 against 11-0.
Combined 22-0.
And they're young.
Yeah.
They're not like these guys are the future right here. Curious matchmaking. Most people would say, why do you have these two guys fight? You should build them up. These are the same people that piss and moan when we get throwaway fights. It's convenient to complain about it now when you have two guys at 11-0. But don't you want to watch some good MMA? Yeah, we want to bet and make money, but I'd like to have a fight like this. So I think we're going to learn a lot from both guys. I think the momentum for Harrell here, this smells to me like one of those moments where this guy had his whole life ripped away from him. He's back. He's good. There's no concerns. It's taken care of. He's got his whole future. If you rip something away from a young man like this and then you give him the chance to get it back, there's something inside you that's just going to fight different. I got a feeling he's going to fight different. I love Smith, but I don't think he's seen this good of a fighter. I don't.
You and I are on the same side on this big
Wow, another one we haven't talked to. This is a huge test for Smith. I think this is more of a test for Smith than it is Harrell, to be honest, because
Agreed.
Harrell never really got a shot. So Smith has a little bit more pressure to perform here. When you look at the level of competition in the UFC especially, I don't even have to explain to you Nico Price. Okay, let's pray to God that Nico Price gets one more fight in the UFC. I am begging for it. Lord, if you hear me, just give me one more Nico Price fight. Just give it to me. I will sell every piece of furniture in this house to bet on that guy.
Where's that lamp? Where's that lamp?
Give me
Honey,
everything.
we're selling the lamp.
I will be on Facebook Marketplace selling my 3 dogs to put money on Nico Price.
He's kidding. He's kidding. Well, he can go buy him back. He can go buy him back at double the price and still make money.
This is true.
Yeah.
Preston Parsons, extremely underwhelming fighter. We didn't see much. We saw one round, so we don't have really any info. I agree with you, man. Short notice, big step. I think this kid's going to come in with a little bit more fire. Super excited to watch this fight. Is this just a live bet, or are you taking the plus money beforehand?
So here's my big concern with Jacoby Smith. Dad, Gilbert Smith, very accomplished professional fighter, and we noticed this when he was coming into Contender Series. Like, the way he walked out on Contender Series, like, we were like, oh, this guy's got a good camp. This guy's got good habits. And then it turns out
big live bet.
It turned out he basically grew up with his dad fighting. Like, he grew up in the gym. Like, he's just one of these guys, pure athlete, knows the business, very mature, ready to go. My worry is he goes too hard too early. Mm-hmm. I have one of my best friends who you would be best friends with if we all lived in the same area. He has a saying, I've never had just one beer. Mm-hmm. It's either no beers or it's a case.
All the beers.
Or it's all the beers. And that's Jacoby Smith. He goes really hard, really early. Mm-hmm. And he has not faced the round 3 cardio adversity that he's going to face here. And if you haven't watched what Harrell did in this last fight against Dozmatov, again, if you're just being a Tapology warrior, corner stoppage. Must have been a bad cut. Mm-hmm. Nope. Dozmatov kind of kicked his ass in the first round. Gets on top of him in the second round. Harrell just reverses it and starts kicking the shit out of this guy. The corner at the end of round 2 has to come out into the ring and pick up Dozmatov, carry him to his corner. The fight starts. Harrell jumps him, gets on top, starts crushing him, and the corner has to basically throw in the towel. Harrell was getting his ass kicked and weathered the storm, and not only just weathered the storm, ended up going ham on this guy. I think this could be a mirror image because Jacoby Smith is going to look amazing in the first round. He's going to look great. So I don't even know if you bet Harrell now because you're going to get an amazing line at the end of round 1. I'm just telling you, when Jacoby Smith slows down, Josiah Harrell will not slow down. This guy's going to be coming. And you're asking why did they make this fight? It's a no-lose situation for both guys because it's a short notice fight.
This is a good deed. Yeah,
a matchmaker is like, no matter who wins, we can elevate, but who loses, you just it's short notice. You'll throw it up. Like, they have 2 young prospects who are both going to be really, really good. I have Harrell. Don't be surprised if this is a round 3 finish when Jacoby Smith is tired. So, but you're going to be terrified because Smith is going to look amazing in the first round. But then watch that cardio, just the energy bar. Boop, 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 boop. So I got Harrell at the big dog. And I'm pleasantly surprised you and I were on the same side of that one. Looks like we have another fight to add to the under parlay with Sergey Spivac and Ante Delija. I'll let you go and start talking about this fight while I add this one to the parlay.
This is my favorite under on the entire.
Yeah, it's hard to argue this one.
So Spivac. Let's start with Sergey. Always liked him. We've made some really good money on Sergey Spivac over the years. Look at the different body type that we have too. Check out that profile picture. The young
He's
Sergey.
Predictable, man. This
isn't the guy,
predictable.
right? This isn't the guy that we're going to get. And his fights, like you said, are very, very predictable. I've heard the argument be made that his striking has improved. So is my ability to do my taxes, but I still have an accountant. It doesn't matter. It's still not good enough to be a pro. Okay? Still not good enough to be a pro. If you put Sergey Spivac in a striking-only competition, he loses 9 times out of 10. Period. Okay? If this stays on the feet, Delia's going to smoke him. Just absolutely smoke him. And if, for some reason, Delia slips on a banana peel in the first 2 minutes and ends up on bottom, Spivac's going to pound his head through the canvas. He's a lot of damage, a lot of wear and tear for Delia. This is a dead under. I don't see this fight getting out of round 1. That being said, I'm on Delia in this spot. Delia is not a slouch in the wrestling, and we've seen with Spivac, if he does not get that first takedown, he throws the towel in. Like, it's just kind of over at that point. He shells up against the cage. He doesn't have quick enough movement to move. And what we've seen from Delia, from two people who have watched a lot of him before he got to the UFC, those of you who have only been introduced to him now, look up his PFL fights. This guy used to be a powerhouse. He has slimmed down and focused on the speed. I am not going to fault him for losing to Waldo Cortez Acosta when that fight was more mismanaged than any fight I've ever seen in my life. That was the absolute worst refereeing and management by an athletic commission that I've ever seen in a fight. For both guys. It wasn't fair either way. You stop a fight, you stop a fight. Make it a no contest. But you don't send them out to fight again. Delia is literally on the cage flexing. And Acosta's on the ground unconscious. And now we have a fight again? Now we have a fight again.
Terrible.
So it's just like a loot. We said we were going to win-win. This is a lose-lose situation. I think it's Delia. I think it's by first round knockout. I think he just starches Spivac with one clean overhand right.
Under is just that. If Spivac gets it to the ground, like, he's going to crush Delia. I also question the 35-year-old age tag on Delia. Yeah. So, all right. So we have Miller, Judice, Leavitt, Valle, Phil Rowe, Lebosnoyani, Brahimaj, Soriano, Pereira, Reese, Spivac, Delia, all not to go the distance. We are at plus 573. Going to Dan Ige and a guy that we love, Milky Costa. This is one where I really want to bet Costa, and I just can't figure out Dan Ige. And I just think there are much, much better betting spots on the card. So I like Milky to win this fight. Betting-wise, I think it says a lot that I'm not putting my money on anything in this one. What say you?
So here's a little point of notice for Milky. If he comes out wearing a single ankle sleeve, don't panic. I went back and watched this after the last fight. He came walking out against Morgan with the single ankle taped, and we went, oh, no. Oh, no. That's one of our no-nos, right? You go back and look, this guy's always taping his ankles. And obviously it wasn't too bad because that's the foot that he knocked him out with. So, I guess he was all right. Danny Ige, though, he's got the speed to hurt Costa on the feet. But I just feel like he's going to be down 2 rounds before he can really hit Costa. Costa's not a dummy. He's going to fight. He's smart. He's never shown himself to fight like a dummy. We know we're getting good fight IQ. So really, when is he going to have the opportunity? When Costa slows down. If he slows down. He's not really a known gasser either. So there's a specific set of circumstances that have to happen for Dan Ige to win this fight. A, he's got to survive rounds 1 and 2. Notoriously tough, great fighter Dan Ige. B, he's got to be able to tire out Costa. And C, now he's got to do something with it in a third. And if he's down 2 rounds, what does that get you? To a decision? I think this is pretty clear, Costa. Again, like you said, I haven't bet it yet, which does say something. Maybe Costa's due for an L, and we're just spider sense hair on the back of our neck tingling. But I like Costa from a fight IQ standpoint to do what he has to do to win this fight. Never been a fan of Dan Ige. He's not here to win titles. He's here to get paid and here to put on a show. And that is not going to get you a W against guys that are hunting for a title. They're going to do what they have to do to win, even if they have to make the fight boring. This is about titles for Costa and money for Ige.
Yeah, I mean Milky. I mean, listen, if he beats Ige, you're now 6 wins in a row, and Ige's ranked guy.
Yeah,
I
you're hitting the top 10 if you get this win.
Yeah, you're 2 fights away from a title shot. You beat
Yeah,
Ige and you win 2 more fights, you're fighting for the title. Um, this Pitbull fight is what is throwing everybody off. It's thrown me off. Like, forget the Diego Lopez guy was sitting on
that
his
doesn't
couch.
mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
Lerone Murphy, he dropped Murphy in the
Mm-hmm.
first round. Except Murphy just showed the heart of a
It was
warrior.
the Rowe Murphy. This guy
Yeah, it's
could be
Lerone
champion.
Murphy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Sean Woodson gets it was a stupid stoppage, but fact is he won. He was up on all judges' scorecards, so that's a good win. And then this Pitbull fight,
Mm-hmm.
holy shit, was he tentative? Oh my,
Yeah.
no volume, no aggression. What was it? A bad weight cut? Was it an injury? This is what's scary is he just didn't look like himself, and he cost a lot of people a lot of money on that one.
He should have
Melfi
finished Pitbull. Not only won, he should have finished
Pitbull looked like
Pitbull.
shit.
He
He
looked horrible.
looked like shitbull.
Mm-hmm.
So, um,
And a
uh,
Shih Tzu and a Pitbull? That's what
yeah,
is it called?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Milky just keeps chugging away, man. What's
Yeah.
his what's his losses in the UFC? Thiago Moises, his UFC debut that he took on like a day's notice,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got nuked by Steve Garcia, which Steve Garcia kind of does to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and then knows the assignment. Gets Shylin out of there, gets Feely out of there, takes Rodriguez in the roasted decision, knocks out Charrier. Like he just checks all the boxes. It's Milky for me, but I don't know if Ige that fought Lerone Murphy shows up. I think Costa's in real trouble. If the Ige that shows up against Pitbull shows up, he's getting destroyed. Like Costa walks to him, so I can't bet anything on it.
Can I
Sadly,
poke a hole in that real quick?
always,
Talking about the Ige that fought. So he drops LeBron Murphy, right?
yeah.
Does he finish him?
No,
So,
it's just a testament to Murphy. Like
but
Murphy's a dog.
here's the argument with Dan Ige that you're going to hear from everybody. This guy hits hard. God, he hits so hard. Does he?
Questionable finish against Woodson. Couldn't put Murphy out. Okay, fair,
Woodson's
fair.
finishable at that too. Like Woodson, never known to have a stellar chin. Just you can't hit him because he's 9 feet
Yeah,
tall and has a reach. But really, like
nine
it
feet
goes
tall.
back to like you were saying with Justin Gaethje the other week when we were talking. Like the finishing ability of Justin Gaethje is like, well, where's the finishes? Where's the knockout power?
True.
Well, it's
Couldn't
kind of the
finish
same thing
Patty.
with Ige. Where is
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
I think we have this vision in our head of what Dan Ige is because of what we're told, not what our eyes see.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I like Melky.
Yeah, Sean Woodson minus 2,000. If there was one UFC fighter that was uh, revealed to be an actual alien, cash
Do you
that
think they
fight.
turn all his fights to no contest? If he's that would be right.
Well, knowing Dana, Dana Webb, is it a legal alien or legal alien? All
Be
right.
fighting out of the Andromeda galaxy.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going to fight on the White House card. Fucking alien. Oh. By the way, I still have that at minus 500 to not take place at the White House. My prediction is they have the quote White House thing, and then like 2 weeks before they're like, security just doesn't like match up. So we're not going to be able to do that. And like, so everything's off, and they're going to be like, no, we actually rented out the basement of a Trump property, and they're giving it to us for a fair price. They're only going to charge us $4 billion. So we'll get a grant for $4 billion to rent out the basement, and then we'll call it quote the White House card. If I will be stunned if you and I are watching a White House in the front lawn of the White House
I
of a
will
UFC card.
believe it when they start the card. Not even the week
Even
before.
even when the first fighter is walking out, I'm not 100% sure that they're gonna. Yeah, this. Yeah, if it
Wait till
looks like
Connor pulls out with an injury. We'll see.
anytime you have Diaz brothers chiming in, yeah, I'm a little
Yeah.
out. So, but shout out, we will be doing a live show for, basically, Jim, one of the most anticipated matches of our lifetime. Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano. You know what sucks. You know what's sad. I'm
Go ahead.
totally gonna watch. I'm
Of
totally
course we're
gonna
gonna
watch
watch.
this. You and I are gonna watch this. We're probably gonna have bets on it. And I hate myself for it. All right, we move on to to. Oh, speaking of the under parlay,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and
Add
add
this
Jeff
one in there.
Neal.
Here's our anchor. This is our anchor right here.
It's
This is the
totally
one.
true. Jeff Neal and Eros Medic. Sorry guys, I'm a little under the weather. So I have a good night of sleep well ahead of me right after we get done recording this. So I'll let you talk about this one because I have Jeff Neal, but I just have the under. It's a medic fight. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
it's an under. If we go to Mr. Uros Medic, another guy out of Alaska FC, so take that into your considerations. I believe we fought out of Alaska FC. This guy is an under machine. It is kill or be killed. He is not here for a long time. He is here for a good time. Gets the win over Salikov.
He nuked Sally Cobb.
Nuke Salikov. Gilbert Urbina, see you later. Puna says, guess what? It's about time I get a W on my UFC record. Give me Euros Medic. Right? Sends Tim Means into retirement. Oral By just destroys him.
He did.
There's a prime setup there, right? Semmelsberger we haven't seen. Finishes Morales. It's just finish. This guy, again, props to him. Record doesn't matter. Dude's exciting, gets a co-main event. This is the UFC world that we're living in, folks. So you can cry about it or you can just accept it. They want exciting fighters, and this guy just made himself a lot of money throwing caution to the wind and going in and swinging hands. So good for him. Problem is, I think there's going to be some hands coming back at him in this fight, and I think Jeff Neal's going to get the W in this spot. Jeff has a really tight guard, and I don't know if Medic is going to be able to get inside of that guard. The knockout against Prates worries me because it's a pretty vicious knockout. But we're looking at August of 2025. It's a long time off. So taking the right amount of time, supposedly gotten his life together. I'm not going to read too much into what fighters say with that stuff. To me, it's all just...
Oh, I am.
It's bulletin board material with that. I mean, how much can you believe it was... When? When did you all of a sudden become free and clear? I'm good now. When? Last week?
Oh.
Last year?
3 months ago.
I'm going to teach you something about fighters. They're all liars. We're all liars. Okay? We make ourselves sound better than we are. We make ourselves not sound as worse as we really are. Everybody has a form of ego, and they will not give you an edge in any way. I don't buy it one bit. Now, the bottom line is he had an addiction problem. So whether it's 5 months, 6 months, whatever, take it with a grain of salt. I think that lends 100% to the under, like you're saying. But the tight guard of Jeff Neal and the straight punches, I think, are going to be a problem for Medic in this fight. I could see him throwing a kick or coming in and getting caught with something straight down the pipe. Jeff Neal, not a ravaging finisher by any means, but he doesn't have to be because he's fighting Euros Medic. That's simple. So I like Neal. Give me the under. This is the under anchor for our parlay faux show.
All right, so this is what Jim was referring to, and I am buying into this narrative 100%. So go back to before the Stephen Thompson fight. Mike Perry, finish. Nico Price, finish. Bilal goes a decision, but Bilal goes Frank Camacho, finish. Come on, like this guy was a finishing machine. Then he goes to decision against Stephen Thompson, and I will never forget this Neal Magny fight. Do you remember this Neal Magny fight against Jeff?
I don't.
It was awful, and I remember this because Nathan and I were watching this live. We were doing the show, And it was COVID, and we were like, "What is the deal with Jeff Neal? Like, what? Like, what happened? What? He looks awful. Like, refusing to throw a punch. The split against Ponzinibbio again. Like, what is the deal with Jeff Neal? Why? How can you possibly go to decision in a split against Pons? Finishes Luque. Now, who has he lost to? Shavkat, Gary, and Prates, three of the like ultimate killers. And yeah, and he comes out and he does this interview and he says he's a drug addict. During COVID, I got addicted to the hard, not weed, the
No,
hard
it was
shit.
legit, like legit drugs, and yeah, yeah. It's like I mean, it's a legit. He was an addict, but the timing is what I have in question.
Okay, so he says I was only sober for a couple of weeks, and that was right before the fight. But I would show up unprepared, not ready. And then I like him. He's like, "Yeah, I still didn't lose my ranking." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, Jeff Neal." Yeah, you do. Which is
It's like
which is
Tyson
pretty.
in the '80s, right?
It was, yes, yeah. I'm gonna buy into it.
Okay.
I'm gonna buy into that. Jeff Neal comes out healthy and looks great, and I'm just not buying this Earl's medic. Now he is right. It is bullshit that he didn't get bonuses for his knockouts of Urbine and Salikoff because they were great. This wasn't like, oh, I clipped you, and then like these were like pretty dope ass finishes. So for him not to get bonuses, he's right to bitch about that. This ain't going the distance. It's not starting round 3. It may not start round 2. And I think Neal, his guard is good. I think his movement from laterally is just going to be a little bit too
Great
quick
point.
for Medic. Because that's the Medic, he's kind of on a straight line. Like he's fast, but he's not the guy that like can step in and out. Where Jeff Neal, at in his best, that's what he can do really good, and that's where his power comes from. Like gets the bobbing and weaving, and then kind of comes in with a overhand right. I'm going to predict there you go. Overhand right. Jeff Neal knocks out Medic in round 1. How's that for very,
I
very
like it.
specific? So I'm buying into it. That Jeff Neal is back. So what do we? Jim, you and I specialize in out of the ring handicaps. Those are not baked into the line. So I'll buy in. I'll buy into Jeff Neal being sober. So yeah, the hard shit. Dude, I one time I tried to do a wake and bake situation with my wife. My wife was like, "Would you like to try and do a wake and bake?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I was dead for the day. I can't imagine being a UFC fighter
Having to go train 3 sessions, yeah, right.
on all that is just fucking amazing. All right, here we go. We're gonna do in the main event. And then we're doing Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda, and Parlay Buster. Sean Strickland, Fluffy Hernandez. Let's just jump to the part where we talk about Fluffy's injury last fall, why he had to pull out of the fight, and are we worried about it? Because that's basically what it comes down to. If we think Fluffy's 100%, he dog walks Strickland. I don't think there's any doubt about that. If he's not 100%, John Strickland is here for it. So what do you think?
Well, the injury doesn't make me think that Fluffy could lose. It's a question of, is Fluffy going to finish him or is he going to go to decision?
Okay.
To me, this is Fluffy all day and all night. Core injury, not said, but let's put our thinking caps on that when somebody says that it hurt to cough and hurt to sneeze, it's probably not a knee or an ankle or a shoulder. I'm going to guess it was a rib injury.
They
He
said
said he
rib.
tore something.
Yeah.
So the interview that came out a while back, he didn't want to say. I believe it's with MMA Junkie if you want to go back and watch it. They're just, he said, I don't want to say. I don't want to say. Probably. And props to them to continue to pry, even when he said he didn't want to say. Like, all right, back off, guys. Really. He doesn't want people targeting his injury. I think it's sufficient time. If it is a core injury like that and something that can be healed without surgery, it's the right amount of time to take off for that injury. So knowing Fluffy, I'm sure he's been training through it and getting better with it. He will be good. Fluffy lives in the gym. He's not a social media guy. He doesn't own a restaurant. He's not doing promotions at a used car dealership. He ain't selling nothing. The dude is a fighter. Sean Strickland used to be that guy. Now Sean Strickland is a propaganda money-making machine. And he's on podcasts and doing Twitch live streams with people and promoting Monster and dirt bikes and guns and go on and on and on. I just think this is two ships passing in the night. Fluffy's on his way to a title, and Sean Strickland, this is the downward spiral of a former champion. Sean Strickland got married. He lives a very, very different life than when he upset Izzy in Australia. A very, very different life. The problem with the X's and O's is this. If Sean cannot lead the dance, he loses. It's that simple. If it doesn't, we said the other week with Volkanovski, 2 rounds in, we knew it was a Volkanovski fight.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, here's the bet, right?
Obvious.
Sean's been the same way. He was the same bet for years. By round 2, you go, oh no, the other guy's playing exactly into what Sean was going to do. When he fought Pereira, when he fought Dricus, he didn't get to lead the dance. He got walked the hell down. And when Sean's on his back foot, it's a problem. Also, Sean says he has a shoulder injury before the Dricus fight. I'm more worried about that shoulder not being right than Fluffy's core injury, or especially for a guy who's a volume puncher. You know, how's he going to defend the takedowns and get back up if we have a bad shoulder? I just think Fluffy melts him. We've also seen Sean not have quit in him, but not have the desire to fight through as much nastiness as he used to. And we know what Fluffy does to people in round 3 and round 4 and round 5. I would not be shocked to see a late finish from Fluffy Hernandez. I'll go Fluffy by submission. I'll even call this up.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I can poke holes in Strickland's wins. Paulo Costa by split. I don't think that's a great look. Izzy. Has there anybody been more right about the decline of Izzy than your boy right here?
You are the captain.
Predicted this one.
Of that ship.
Abus, who was kicking the shit out of Strickland before Abus gassed. Loses to I'm with you. I think it's Fluffy. I don't think they take this fight if he's not close to 100%. I mean, this is, you lose this one, now you got to win like 3 more fights before you're in title contention. Like, you win this one, you're next. You win this one, maybe you have one more set up or you're just ready. Them pulling out against a Ritter, I think, was really smart because they were looking at this and they were like, wait a second. We're on the verge of a title fight. Let's not like dance with fire. So I agree. I think it's Fluffy. I can't put this in the parlay. I can't put this in the.
No, you don't need to. Our anchor is Uros Medic doesn't go to decision.
Yeah. So on DraftKings right now, at the time of recording this, we have 7 fights not to go. It's Neal Medic, Spivac, Delija, Reese Pereira, Brahimaj, Soriano, Rowe, Lebosnoyani, Leavitt Valle, and Miller Judice, and that's 7-1. So there's your fight doesn't go the distance. So. All right. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, and parlay buster. What's a parlay buster on this one? By the way, have you seen the lines next week?
No, I haven't got to next week as far as lines go. No.
Basically, everyone's a minus 400.
Okay.
Like it's like complete ass kicking matchups, and there's going to be like 2 guys that spoil everyone's parlays, and it's
That's
our job
who we
to
gotta
figure it
find,
out
buddy.
who it is. I mean, the lines next week are so effing crazy.
When we have these weeks off, it kills the next 2 cards. That's why I feel like we're still stuck in neutral this year because we had our 2 weeks and then a break, and it's been really hard to get the momentum going this year. When you have 2 weeks to prepare, 3 weeks for next week's card, right? It's tough to get these lines, get it out ahead, and get good value.
Zellhuber minus 535 against King Green. David Martinez minus 258 against Cheeto. Minus 380 on Rodriguez versus Borjas. Minus 550 Gondra versus Jose Medina. Christian Quinones is minus 535. Christian Quinones, you know who he's fighting? Chris Matino. Uh,
Well, that's a gift.
our girl Ernesta Caracate, she's minus 340 and going against who? Sophia Montenegro. Okay, like it's
Yeah, we
just
saw
like
Sophia.
we get to fade Angel Pacheco again. So all right,
It's been a rough start to the year, guys.
next week though is just Francis Marshall's a minus 520. Francis Marshall, are you all right?
Eddie loves him some Francis Marshall.
Not at 520, but he is fighting Eric Silva. So yeah, they're clearing out. All right, here we go. Parlay Buster. This is a tough card.
Yeah,
for
pull
Parlay
them up.
Buster.
Let's get a little scroll down going here. Parlay. You know what? Let's go right to it because we agreed on it. Jacoby Smith.
Jacoby Smith. Okay.
Jacoby Smith's the Parlay Buster. Great fight. 2-11-0 guys. Do not parlay Jacoby Smith.
I'm with you.
That's the one.
Gobble that up.
Go ahead.
With yours. All right. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Okay, now here.
This is tough.
Many options. I'll go first. Just give me Jeff Neal by KO against Medic.
I think it's a great one.
Yeah, sober Neal.
Not fighting Prates, not fighting Gary,
Not fighting
Eros Medic.
Yeah, who knocked out the ghost of Sally Koff and Gilbert Urbina. So I'm going to take Jeff Neal as the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Why didn't we bet more money on Jeff Neal by KO? What do you think?
I'm torn between two. I feel like I'm going to watch Delija stuff the first takedown against Spivac and go, why the hell didn't I put it all on Delija KO?
Okay.
Like 30 seconds in,
that's
shoots a
a good
crappy
one.
double, and then Delija just beats the shit out of him on the
Crappy
feet.
double.
That or it's going to be in round 4 when Sean Strickland is a puddle of goo just melted. And we get that fluffy sub, like, oh, duh, fluffy sub, Sean Strickland. It's 5-round fluffy. Like, it's 5-round fluffy. It's a nightmare. Ask Roman Delija. The guy's probably still not right.
Drag Delija by the neck across the
Ask
ring.
Michelle Pereira what 5-round fluffy's like.
Took his soul.
In round 3 and 4, this guy hits this gear that, and like Marab is he's the cardio machine. But Fluffy grinds on you in a different way, a very, very different way. It's you feel for the guy that he's fighting. You actually feel bad, like, dude, it's okay, get choked out, like give him your neck. You're not winning this fight. Let it go. It's all right. When Sean is just choked unconscious in round 3.
Are you going with Hernandez or are you going with Delija? Because these are two.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Delija. Honorable mention to the Fluffy because I can't wait to see that takedown get stuffed. I can't wait.
That's great.
Make me so happy.
Strickland looks like a little bit of goop. Shout out to Burnt Peanut. If anybody in the chat caught that, congratulations to you guys. That's a deep dive right there. So, all right. All plays are at Wager Talk. Got to be honest, guys. It's not a big betting week for us. We got a few plays up. You want to partner up with us? Please do over at Wager Talk. If you're watching this on Wednesday night or Thursday morning, we have a 5% darts play that goes off on a Thursday. But really, we're going to make our money on rugby. And I know that's a weird thing to say about on a UFC show, but Jan has taken the bull by the horns and said, boys, trust me in rugby. And he has swept the board 3-0 with rugby, 2-0 last week. He's got 2 plays up. Those start on Friday. So grab a 3-day pass. Join us for this weekend. I would just say protect your bankrolls on this card. There's a lot of bets that stink on this.
If your bets go south 3 fights in, don't place any more bets.
Yeah,
it could be one of those cards.
Yeah, we've had a really good run the last couple weeks, and I don't intend to give back all the profits on this one. So, but me and Jan will be live Saturday. Jim, it's RJ's birthday on Saturday.
RJ's 2 years old. The violence baby is turning 2, so we will make an appearance and say hello.
Awesome.
And when we get an empty house and he's in bed and mommy's sleeping, I'll come hang with you guys.
Awesome. But yes, we will be live here for the live show on the Winning in the Shadows YouTube channel. Thank you very much, guys. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot to do the significant strikes category. I'm saving it to the end.
Oh, who is it? That's right.
Oh, it's got to be the Jeff Neal medic fight.
Oh, beautiful, perfect.
Yeah,
I was hoping you were going to.
It's got to be. So, all right. So, apologize,
could be
guys.
5, could be 7.
Could be 5 or 130. So, in the comment section, tell us the most, or not the most. What's the combined significant strikes in the Jeff Neal Earls medic fight? And winner gets a 3-day pass. We'll just add it to your wager talk account. So, thanks for joining us, guys. Appreciate you guys. Good luck on your bets, and we'll see everyone later. Take care.
Good luck, guys.